prolonged litigation of criminal cases at the trial courts. Let me go to the Supreme Court. It's not new to you that when people hold rallies in front of the Supreme Court in Faura, they talk about justice delayed, justice denied. So what is the current disposal rate at the Supreme Court and bank since you assumed your post as Chief Justice, ma'am? I'd like to go further and ask you what is your disposal rate ever since you became Chief Justice, and if it's not too much to ask, if you can also give us some data on case input and output as well.
Okay. Wala sa akin yung, the data I have on my own case disposal is not with me now. But I started off when I was appointed in 2010 with 550 cases immediately given to me. And as I was learning the ropes, it reached 800. As of 2 months ago, it is at 540 or something like that, and it will be probably be around 500 by the time this year ends. So it's improving. Okay. When a justice is appointed, that justice inherits the caseload of the one who vacated the post. One justice, for example, inherited a caseload of 1,500. I cannot blame that justice if at this point his caseload is still above 1,000. But there are those of us who have had a longer term and their case is getting to be a more manageable, 200 to 200 something. There are some of us who are right now have a manageable caseload of around 400. So it is what we have been doing right now to expedite these cases is that first, I have said that we are right now trying to, we had expedited election cases so that they do not always become moot and academic. Most of the election cases, unfortunately, reach us when the term only has about a year to a year and a half. That's why I'm trying to find a way how we can even expedite the turnaround time faster. We also have given more emphasis to writing smaller resolutions, unsigned resolutions. We do not publish all our decisions on the website because SCRA will be forced to publish all of them in hard print, and the trees of the Philippines will increasingly vanish. So what we do is we decide that only those of doctrinal value or of those of greater importance merits a full-length decision. We have resorted to having unsigned resolutions in shorter form, especially when the decisions are just affirming cases that have been brought from the Court of Appeals on standard cases like rape, drugs, and labor cases. We have also created, there is also a zero backlog committee where the oldest cases are being prioritized. You cannot imagine the surprise of those who have been appointed to the Supreme Court, especially those coming from the Court of Appeals. They are just shocked at the amount of work that awaits them. Because it's not easy to dispose of several hundreds of cases when every case has to be deliberated upon. The deliberation process is a very taxing process. And hopefully, you can really see improvements over the long term. But that is the kind of volumes that we are talking about.
Follow-up question. Ma'am, first off, what is the biggest misconception about the judiciary that you would want to correct, given this opportunity now that people are watching us and listening to us live? And second to that, it's not a third question. It's part of the second question.
No, it's a difficult question, actually.
Part of that question is, what is the biggest untruth or misconception written or spoken about you, and what would you want to say now in order to rectify or correct that?